Assalamualaikum. My name is Asyraf, and here I'm going to present about the solution that I use in Excel to solve two questions, which is the first question you can see here in my Excel. Alia plans to take out a loan of 350,000 at an effective rate of interest of 4% per annum for the first 3 years and at an effective rate of interest of 5.5% per annum thereafter. For Alia's loan structure, it is stated that no loan repayments were made for the first 18 months. After that, level loan repayments are made every month and the loan is to be fully repaid in 25 years since that loan is taken out. For this such case, if repayments are insufficient to cover the interest due every month, then the outstanding loan balance will be increased to cover the shortfall of the loan. So the question asks us to construct the monthly loan schedule. First in first, what we got information from the question, which is the first is loan, 350,000, and then the term, which is 25 years, multiply with 12, and then we got 300. And then the interest rate for 3 years, which is 4%, and then the interest rate thereafter, which is 5.5%, and then we got the initial deferred payment, which is 18. And then from the information that given, we can calculate J from the interest rate that we got, which is the first one. We can calculate the J for the first 3 years uh, by taking the interest rate for 3 years that given in the question, which is in the bracket 1 plus interest rate for 3 years, which is 4%, and then close the bracket, multiply with the power of 1 over 12, and then close bracket, and then we got 2 minus with 1, and then we got 0.003274 for the J for the first 3 years, and the same goes to the J for the day after, which is we just use the same calculation but substitute with the interest rate for day after, which is 5.5%. 1 plus 5.5%, and then close bracket, multiply with the power of 1 over 12, and then close bracket, minus with 1. And then we got 0.004472 for the J for the day after. And then from that, we can calculate the R, which is the payment that we're going to include in the table for the loan schedule. And then the formula that I use in the to calculate the R is the PV basic annuity, which is the R equals to the loan equals to loan, which is 350,000, and then divide with the in the bracket 1 minus 1 plus the interest rate of 3 years, and then close bracket, and then multiply with the power of negative 18, and then divide with the interest rate for 3 years, the first 3 years, which is 4%, and then multiply with the in bracket 1 plus interest rate for first 3 years, 4%, and then multiply with the n, which is negative 18, and then close bracket, and then plus with the bracket 1 minus in the bracket 1 plus I for thereafter, which is 5.5%, and then close bracket, multiply with the power of negative 264, close bracket, and then uh, divide with the I of thereafter, which is 5.5%, close bracket, and then multiply with the 1 plus I for the first 3 years, and then multiply with the power of negative 36, and then close bracket. From that, from the calculation, we got 2,272.9 cents for the R. And then from that, we can calculate, we can construct the table for the loan schedule. The firstly, we got to add months for the loan schedule. And then second, we got to add loan for loan outstanding at the beginning of the month, which is just include our loan, 350K. And then the next one is the payment, which is R, which is we have to include the formula, which is equals to I use the if function, and then in the bracket, we include B3, which is months, and then lower and equals to log the J6, which is the J for the interest rate for 3 years, J for the 3 years, and then sorry, the interest rate for 3 years, the first 3 years, 4%, and then comma with zero, and then comma with the payment, and then close bracket. And then after that, we can look for the interest equals to C3, which is loan outstanding, and then multiply with the in the bracket uh, J, which is J for the first 3 years, and then multiply with the bracket uh, months, and then lower and equals to 36 because the first 3 years, and then close the bracket, and then plus the J for the day after, and then multiply with the in the bracket for month and greater than 36 uh, because the first 3 years the question said they use the 4% for interest rate, and but after that they are going to use the interest rate for day after, which is 5.5%. That's why the formula using like this. And then we have to add the principal repaid, which is the formula is just going to payment and then just minus with the interest. And then the lastly, in the loan schedule, we have to put the loan outstanding at the end of the month, which is just calculate by taking a loan outstanding at the beginning of the month and then minus with the principal repay. And then from that, for second month, and then until the 300 terms, just same, but just substitute the loan outstanding at the beginning of the month by taking the loan outstanding at the end of the month. And then from that, we can proceed with the payment, interest, principal repay, and so on until the 300 terms. And then we can see here at the 300, the loan outstanding at the end of the month is zero. Right. So that this is how I calculate with the first question. And then we can proceed to the next question. The second question given in the Excel sheet are the effective yield rate of 20 different banks, which is bank A to bank T. And then the annual yield rate are for investments for of different terms, which is from 1 to 10 years. As you can see here, these are the banks and the yield rate of every year that's given in the question. Right. So here, right here, the left side. And then from the question, okay, the question asks us the first one, identify which bank offers the highest 1 year forward rate at time 5 years. Okay, so from the question, okay, the question give us the yield rate and the also 20 different banks. And so how to calculate a 1 year forward rate at time 5 years? All right, so by this, we have to take the spot rate of 5 and also the spot rate of 6 to calculate the 1 year forward rate at time 5 years. All right, so we look at the bank A first. All right, so how do we calculate? We have to calculate it by taking firstly one in the bracket 1 plus spot rate 6, which is H4, yes, 1.8, which is 1.489%, all right? And then close the bracket, the power of 6, which is in here, log H3, which is 6, all right? And then divide with the in the bracket, 1 plus spot rate 5, which is 1.429%, and then the power of 5, all right? And then close the bracket and all of that minus with 1. And then by that, we can calculating and get our 1 year forward rate at time 5 years for bank A. And then the same goes to bank B until bank T. And then from that, when we done calculating it, we can use the maximum function that is given in the Excel, all right? And uh, clicking equals and then max with the in the bracket A and then until T, and then close the bracket, and then we got we got to see that bank I bank I is the highest that offer 1 year forward rate at time 5 years. All right. So next question, we proceed. The question asks us to identify which bank offers the highest 2 year forward investment rates starting at time 7 years. All right. So by then we have to calculating it by taking spot rate 7 and spot rate 9. Right here. Same goes to how we calculating it at question 1 but we have to substitute it with the spot rate 9, which is 1 plus spot rate 9, 1.528%, and then close bracket the power of 9, and then divide with the in the bracket 1 plus spot rate 7, which is 1.472%, and then close bracket the power of 7, and then all of that all of that must multiply with the power of 1 over 2 because the difference is 2 years, 2 year forward rate. All right, so and then after that, by then we can close the bracket and then minus with 1. By then we can get the 2 year forward investment rate starting at time 7 for bank A, and the same goes to bank B until bank T. And then after that, we can use the same function, max function, as we used at the question 2.1, which is right here, right, left here, and then just use it from here to Q4 here, the coordinate, until Q23. All right, so and then we can see that bank K is the bank who offer the highest 2 year forward investment rate starting at time 7 years. All right, from that, the question told us later Aisha would like to purchase a 10-year increasing annuity certain from one of the banks listed above. The first annuity payment made by Aisha is 2,000 ringgit, and subsequent payments increase by 500 ringgit every year. Okay, and then the question asks us to identify which bank provide annuity at the lowest cost for Aisha. All right, so by then we have to calculate all the prices of the bank, so then we can see which one is the lowest cost. All right, so how to calculate the price? Okay, so we can see first in the bank A, we have to calculate it by calculating it at the time diagram from 1 to 10. Okay, and then we have to the first year we have to calculate it by taking the annuity payment made, which is 2,000, and then multiply with the uh, in the bracket 1 plus spot rate 1. All right, spot rate 1, which is 1.969, and then close bracket the power of negative 1, because 2,000 V1, and then we have to plus with 2,500 because the increasing. We have to plus 500 plus 500 until the 10 year. All right. And then we can see here 2,000, right? And then plus 2,500 multiplied with 1 plus spot rate 2, and then the power of negative 2, and then plus 3,000 because 2,500 plus 500, and then we got 3,000 for the annuity payment made for third year. All right. And then multiply with the in the bracket 1 plus spot rate 3, and then multiply with the power of negative 3, and so on until the 10 year, which is 6,500. 6,500 multiplied with the in the bracket 1 plus spot rate 10, which is 1.807% for bank A, and then close bracket and then multiply with the power of negative 10. And then by then we can just enter, and then we got the price for the bank A, and then same goes to bank C, bank D, bank E until bank T. All right, until right here. So after that, we can use same like that we used before, which is, but we have to use mean function because the question asks us to do lowest cost. So we have to use the mean function that is given in the Excel. All right, so we have to equal mean, and then in the bracket just click at the coordinate R4, bank A right here, and then until uh, R23, which is bank T for bank T, from here to here. And then we can see that bank K is the bank who offers a lowest cost to lowest cost to Aisha, which is 37,700 11.75 cents ringgit. All right. So uh that's for question 2, 3. And then the last question asks us to calculate the effective annual rate of return achieved by Aisha and on purchasing the annuity from the bank determined in 3 above. All right. So how we calculate the IRR, which is annual effective annual rate of return, which is IRR. Okay, in the Excel, we have to construct a new table which is consists of year and the other one is cash flow. All right, so like right here, I construct right on the table. Okay, so the first one is year, which is 0 to 10, and then the right one is the cash flow. All right. So for year zero, our cash flow is our price, which is negative 37,711.765 cents because Aisha purchased. All right. So the cash flow is out. And then from year 1 to 10, we can just put our annuity payment, which is from 2000 and then increasing 500, 500, 2500, 3000, 3500 until year 10, which is 6500. And then by that, we can just calculate by using the uh, function that I've given in the Excel, which is IRR function, which is equal to IRR, and then in the bracket, just click the here V4 coordinate here our cash flow uh, price at year 0 until year 10, cash flow at year 10, and then we got the answer, and then comma, and then we have to guess, just put what our guess to be, what the answer could be. Just put it, I just put a 5%, and then close bracket, enter, and the result will uh, tell us, which is 1.88%. So that's all from me. That's how I solve the question with the Excel. Thank you very much. Thank you for listening.